In this video, we will be exploring the top 25 interview questions and their answers for Adobe Experience Manager, AEM. These questions are carefully curated to help candidates prepare better for AEM interviews. From basic to advanced, the video is designed to give you an understanding of what to expect in an AEM interview. It covers a spectrum of questions that not only test your knowledge but also your practical skills in the AEM platform. 1. What is Adobe Experience Manager, AEM? Adobe Experience Manager, AEM, is an advanced content management solution that aids in creating, managing, and optimizing digital customer experiences across various channels including web, mobile apps, digital forms, and community sites. This feature-rich solution is part of the Adobe Marketing Cloud, enabling marketers to deliver a personalized and engaging customer experience. AEM allows users to design, develop, and manage websites with ease, making it a popular choice among many organizations. It seamlessly integrates with other solutions and supports a range of technologies for content and digital asset management. 2. Can you explain the architecture of AEM? AEM operates on a modular structure, relying heavily on Apache Sling and OSGI, Open Service Gateway Initiative, framework. At its core, it uses a Java Content Repository, JCR, the official standard for Java Platform Content Repositories. The primary components of AEM architecture include AEM Author. This is the environment where content creation and management take place. AEM Publish. This is where the content is made available to the public. Dispatcher. Serving as both a caching and load balancing tool, Dispatcher helps boost the security, scalability, and performance of an AEM application. Oak Repository. This is the database where all data, including nodes and properties, are stored. OSGI Container. This is the dynamic module system in Java that allows application modules to be installed, started, stopped, updated, and uninstalled at runtime without requiring a reboot. 3. What are the key components of AEM? AEM is comprised of several key components. Sites. AEM Sites is a content management tool that makes it easy to create, manage, and deploy personalized content across various channels. Assets. AEM Assets helps manage digital assets like images, videos, documents, etc. It provides features like metadata management, versioning, workflow management, and others. Forms. AEM Forms is a tool for creating and managing digital forms, making it easy to capture and process information from customers. Communities. AEM Communities provides features for creating social communities on websites, enabling customers to interact with each other and the brand. Apps. AEM Apps allows for the designing and managing of mobile apps. Dispatcher. Dispatcher is AEM's caching and load balancing tool. It helps improve the performance of your AEM instance and secures your AEM server. These components work together to provide a comprehensive content management solution for businesses. 4. What is the difference between AEM Sites and AEM Assets? AEM Sites is a content management system within Adobe Experience Manager, AEM, that provides a high degree of flexibility for content authors. With this tool, users can create, modify, and publish web pages with ease. AEM Sites also supports responsive and adaptive design, allowing content to be optimized for any device. On the other hand, AEM Assets is an asset management system, also part of AEM, that helps organizations manage their digital assets such as images, videos, documents, etc. AEM Assets provides functionality for asset ingestion, annotation, cataloging, storage, rendition, and distribution. Adobe Experience Manager, AEM, Sites is a comprehensive content management solution for building websites, mobile apps, and forms. It is designed to make it easy for businesses to manage their online presence, enabling them to deliver compelling digital experiences across different channels. AEM Sites provides a variety of tools for creating, editing, managing, and optimizing digital content. In contrast, AEM Assets is a digital asset management system. This platform allows businesses to create, manage, and deliver digital assets, including images, videos, and other multimedia content. AEM Assets makes it easy to manage and share assets across different channels, ensuring consistency and improving productivity. It also includes features for asset tagging, search, workflow management, and version control. While both tools are part of the AEM suite and can integrate with each other, they serve different purposes. AEM Sites is primarily focused on managing and delivering website and app content, while AEM Assets is more focused on managing and delivering digital assets. 5. How does AEM integrate with Adobe Marketing Cloud? AEM integrates seamlessly with Adobe Marketing Cloud through a system of shared data and services. This integration allows for a centralized platform where marketers can easily manage and deploy content across multiple channels. Adobe Marketing Cloud suite of tools, including Adobe Analytics and Adobe Campaign, can be leveraged directly within AEM. This enables real-time analytics and personalized marketing campaigns. For example, user data collected by Adobe Analytics can shape personalized content delivered through AEM. Additionally, AEM's assets, such as images and videos, can be utilized in Adobe Campaign for targeted marketing efforts. This integration aims to provide a holistic view of the customer journey, allowing for more strategic and effective marketing efforts. By bridging the gap between content management and marketing strategies, businesses can ensure consistent and relevant content delivery across all customer touchpoints. 6. What programming languages are primarily used in AEM development? AEM development primarily utilizes Java as its core programming language. This is because AEM is built on top of Adobe's CRX platform, which is a Java-based content repository. In addition to Java, front-end languages such as HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are also essential as they aid in creating appealing and responsive user interfaces. Additionally, JSP, Java Server Pages, and HTML template language, are used for creating dynamic content on the web pages. Knowledge of these languages is crucial for any AEM developer to effectively create and manage websites using this platform. 7. Can you explain the role of OSGI in AEM? OSGI, Open Services Gateway Initiative, plays a vital role in AEM. It essentially provides a framework for modular development and deployment of applications. This is crucial in AEM because it allows for the clean separation of code into individual components, each performing a specific function. This modularity facilitates easier code management, as well as testing and debugging. In addition, OSGI's dynamic module system allows components to be added, removed, or updated on the fly without requiring a system restart. This greatly enhances productivity and reduces downtime during development. OSGI also manages service dependencies between components, ensuring that components are only activated when their dependencies are met. This dependency management reduces the risk of runtime errors due to missing dependencies. OSGI's capabilities make it a key part of the AEM platform, providing the flexibility, modularity, and reliability needed for enterprise-level application development. 8. What is Apache Sling, and how does it relate to AEM? Apache Sling is a framework used for RESTful web applications. It leverages content-oriented architecture to turn your content into a manageable resource and a source of data. Apache Sling uses a JCR repository, such as Apache Jackrabbit, or in the case of AEM, the CRX content repository. The relationship between Apache Sling and AEM is integral. AEM uses Apache Sling to interpret the scripts and servlets that transform content stored in AJCR into HTTP content. Sling helps AEM deliver content as it's stored without the need for transformation into intermediate formats. This process optimizes performance and scalability. This makes Apache Sling a critical part of the AEM architecture because it aids in the efficient rendering of content, making it an essential tool for developers working with AEM. 9. Describe the process for creating and deploying components in AEM. Creating and deploying components in AEM involves a systematic process. First, you have to create a component in the AEM developer environment. This requires knowledge of HTML, JavaScript, and possibly Java depending on the component's complexity. After creating the component, you define its properties and behavior using dialog boxes. The next step involves testing the component on a local AEM instance to ensure it functions as expected. Once the component is ready and thoroughly tested, it can then be deployed to the AEM production environment. The deployment process typically involves the use of Package Manager or Maven, a build automation tool in Java. It is also important to validate the component once it is deployed to ensure it works correctly in the live environment. Creating and deploying components in Adobe Experience Manager, AEM, follows a specific procedure. Initially, a component is created in the AEM development environment, which is reliant on knowledge of HTML, JavaScript, and potentially Java. After this, the component's properties and functions are defined through dialog boxes. The component is then tested on a local AEM instance to ensure its functionality. If the component passes this phase, it is deployed to the AEM production environment using the Package Manager or Maven, a Java build automation tool. After deployment, it's crucial to verify the component's functionality in the live environment. 10. What are Sling models, and when would you use them? Sling models are utilized in Adobe Experience Manager, AEM, as a framework for mapping Sling objects. Essentially, they simplify the development process by handling resource property type conversions automatically. This is particularly handy when you need to map resource properties to Java objects. You would use Sling models when you need to ensure code maintainability and reduce the complexity of JSP scripts. They come in handy for creating reusable code modules that can be easily tested and debugged, and for reducing boilerplate code in your scripts. Sling models are also particularly useful when dealing with AEM components that require complex business logic. Applications of Sling models might arise when handling dynamic data or when you want to present data from the JCR in a specific way. For instance, you could use a Sling model to adapt a resource to a specific class, making it easier to extract and manipulate data. Using Sling models helps to keep the business logic separate from the view, making the code cleaner, easier to understand, and easier to maintain. 11. How do you manage user permissions and roles in AEM? Managing user permissions and roles in Adobe Experience Manager, AEM, is an important aspect of AEM administration. Permissions are set in AEM by using the User Administration Console, which is accessible from the AEM welcome screen. AEM uses the concept of groups for defining user permissions. Administrators can create user groups and assign users to these groups. For each group, specific permissions can be set on different repositories and paths within the AEM system. Roles in AEM are a combination of permissions that are assigned to users or groups to perform specific tasks. They are created in the same way as groups and can be assigned specific permissions. The main difference between roles and groups is that roles can be assigned to groups or users, whereas groups can only be assigned to users. The management of user permissions and roles is crucial in maintaining the security and integrity of the AEM system. It ensures that only authorized users gain access to specific parts of the AEM system and perform certain actions. 12. Can you discuss your experience with AEM workflows and their importance? AEM workflows are essential in my daily task management. They automate the process of content creation, review, and publication, ensuring that each step is followed correctly and no crucial steps are missed. This automation streamlines operations, saves time, and reduces the risk of errors. For instance, I have used workflows to manage a multi-step approval process for new content. After the content is created, it's sent for review. The reviewer can then approve or reject it, and if approved, the content is automatically published to the desired location. Also, AEM workflows are highly flexible. They can be customized to meet the unique requirements of a project or organization. This customization has helped me in managing complex tasks and ensuring that all project standards and guidelines are met. Importantly, workflows also support audit trails. This means every step in the process is recorded, making it easy to track progress and identify any issues. This has been invaluable in maintaining accountability and transparency in my projects. 13. What strategies do you use for optimizing content delivery in AEM? Considering the rapid expansion of digital content, it's crucial to optimize content delivery in AEM. I focus on several key strategies, such as implementing a strong caching strategy that includes client-side and server-side caching mechanisms. This can significantly reduce latency and increase the speed of content delivery. Additionally, incorporating a content delivery network, CDN, can help distribute content more efficiently, especially to users who are geographically distant from the server. Lastly, AEM's inbuilt features like lazy loading and asynchronous loading can be utilized to improve the performance of content delivery. In AEM, I use a variety of methods for content optimization. One key aspect is the efficient use of caching. This involves both client-side and server-side caching to decrease load times and increase performance. Utilizing a content delivery network, CDN, is another strategy. It allows for quicker content delivery to users located far from the server. I also take advantage of AEM's features like lazy loading and asynchronous loading. These can enhance page load times by deferring the loading of non-critical resources. Another strategy is refining the asset size. It minimizes the amount of data that needs to be transferred, leading to faster content delivery. 14. How would you implement multilingual support in an AEM project? In order to implement multilingual support in an AEM project, one would utilize the built-in capabilities that AEM provides for managing and delivering multilingual content. AEM's multi-site management feature allows for the creation of multiple language copies of a single site. This is achieved by creating language copies of the content, which are then managed separately. AEM also has a translation framework that integrates with third-party translation services. This framework allows for the content to be sent for translation and then automatically imported back into AEM once the translation is completed. It's also crucial to ensure that the metadata and tags associated with the content are also translated to ensure consistency and relevancy for the users in their preferred language. 15. Explain the concept of content fragments in AEM. Content fragments in AEM are a type of non-design related content that is text-based. They are essentially pure, unformatted text that can be used across multiple channels and presentations. This feature is a part of AEM's multi-solution management (MSM) capability. It allows you to create, manage, and distribute text-based content, such as articles, product descriptions, or any other structured text. This content can be reused across different pages and layouts without any design restrictions, providing flexibility for content authors. Furthermore, it supports variations, allowing you to tailor the content for different contexts while maintaining a single master version. Content fragments in AEM offer great flexibility and reusability. They allow content authors to maintain consistency in their message across different channels, regardless of the design or layout of the page. This feature also promotes efficiency, as authors need not recreate the same content multiple times. By using variations, they can slightly alter the content to suit different contexts or audiences while still maintaining a base copy. This greatly simplifies the task of content management and distribution. 16. What methods do you employ for performance tuning in AEM applications? Performance tuning in AEM applications can be done using several approaches. The first one is to use efficient coding practices, which includes minimizing the use of JCR queries, leveraging Sling models for backend logic, and using client libraries to minimize HTTP requests. Secondly, deployment of dispatcher caching can boost performance by reducing the load on the AEM instance. This is achieved by storing and reusing static content. Thirdly, it's crucial to regularly monitor and manage the repository size, as a large repository can degrade performance. This involves purging workflows, audit logs, and version histories that are no longer needed. Lastly, proper configuration of the JVM settings in AEM run modes can also enhance performance. 17. How do you handle versioning and rollback in AEM? In AEM, versioning and rollback management are crucial aspects to ensure data integrity and to keep track of content changes. AEM uses the JCR, Java Content Repository, standard for versioning. Each time content is modified, a new version is automatically created in the repository. This allows for easy tracking of changes and comparison between different versions. Rollback is facilitated by the ability to revert to any previous version in case of errors or unwanted changes. This process is made simple through the use of AEM's Version Manager. The Version Manager provides a user-friendly interface for managing versions and performing rollbacks. The importance of versioning and rollback in AEM cannot be underestimated. It provides a safety net for content creators and administrators, allowing them to experiment and make changes without fear of irreversible errors. Additionally, it aids in audit trails, making it easy to track changes and identify when and where changes were made. 18. Can you describe a challenging issue you faced while working with AEM and how you resolved it? One challenging issue I faced was during the migration of content from an older version of AEM to a more recent one. The main problem was that the content was not displaying correctly after the migration process, causing significant disruption. After a thorough analysis, I found that the reason for this issue was the incompatibility of certain custom-made components with the new AEM version. These components were designed specifically for the older version and thus could not function properly in the updated environment. The resolution for this problem involved rewriting and optimizing these custom components to be compatible with the new AEM version. I also ensured that all the features on the website remained intact and functioned as expected. This experience taught me the importance of thorough pre-migration checks and the adaptability of systems to new versions. It also emphasized the need for regular updates of custom components to ensure their compatibility with newer versions. This problem-solving approach and the lessons learned have been invaluable in my subsequent work with AEM. 19. What is the significance of the dispatcher in an AEM setup? Dispatcher is a crucial element in an AEM setup, playing a pivotal role in caching and load balancing. By storing duplicated data, it reduces the load on the AEM instance and enhances the system's response time, leading to an improved user experience. Moreover, dispatcher aids in securing the AEM server by blocking unwanted access to the web server. This is done by filtering URLs and blocking unauthorized traffic, thus ensuring the integrity of your data and application. It also provides fail-safe coverage by distributing traffic between various AEM instances. Dispatcher is therefore fundamental to achieving a high-performing, secure, and reliable AEM setup. The dispatcher in an AEM setup is extremely pivotal as it serves multiple key roles. One of its main functions is caching. By storing copies of data, it reduces the load on the AEM instance, hence enhancing the response time of the system. This feature tremendously improves the user experience. Another crucial role played by dispatcher is enhancing security. It protects the AEM server by restricting undesired access to the web server through URL filtering and blocking of unauthorized traffic. This ensures the data and application are safeguarded from potential threats. Furthermore, dispatcher offers a fail-safe coverage by evenly distributing the traffic between different AEM instances. This is a key element in maintaining a high-performing, secure, and reliable AEM setup. 20. How would you implement a headless CMS solution using AEM? AEM offers robust capabilities for implementing a headless CMS solution. The first step in this process involves decoupling the front-end presentation layer from the back-end content repository. This enables developers to use any technology they prefer for the front-end, be it React, Angular, or Vue.js. Next, use the AEM's content fragment feature to create and manage structured content. The AEM content services then exposes this content as JSON APIs, which can be consumed by the front-end application. AEM's GraphQL API can also be leveraged for querying the content in a more flexible and optimized way. This approach provides a highly scalable and flexible CMS solution that allows for seamless content updates and delivery across multiple platforms and devices. Remember, it's essential to maintain a strong security protocol in this setup. AEM provides various tools and features to manage user permissions, roles, and secure the APIs. By following these steps, you can effectively implement a headless CMS using AEM. 21. Can you explain how to create a custom OSGI service in AEM? Creating a custom OSGI service in AEM involves a few crucial steps. Firstly, create an interface that will define the service. The interface should contain the methods that will be used by the service. After that, make a class that implements the interface. This class will provide concrete implementations for the methods defined in the interface. Here's where you write your actual business logic. Next, register this class as a service in OSGI using the add component and add service annotations. The component annotation signifies that the class should be treated as an OSGI component, meaning it will have a lifecycle, and it can be instantiated by the OSGI container. The service annotation is used to register the class as a service. After these steps, your service is ready to be used in AEM. This process promotes modularity and clean coding practices in your AEM project. 22. Discuss the differences between static and editable templates in AEM. Static templates in AEM are those that are created and configured by a developer, with a fixed layout structure. They are less flexible, as any changes to the template can only be made by a developer, and those changes are applied globally to all pages using that template. On the other hand, editable templates are created and managed in AEM by authors, not developers. They offer more flexibility, as authors can modify the layout structure and components on individual pages, allowing for customization to meet specific content requirements. Editable templates also support template policies, which define the rules for what components can be added and where. For instance, when using static templates, if you need to add a new header to a page, a developer would need to modify the template's code and redeploy it. This change would then be applied to all pages using that template. However, with editable templates, an author can simply drag and drop the new header onto the page in the AEM authoring interface, without any need for code changes or redeployment. In a nutshell, editable templates provide authors with more control and flexibility to meet changing content needs, while static templates are more rigid but can ensure consistency across large numbers of pages. 23. Describe your experience migrating content from legacy CMS to AEM. In my past projects, I have been involved in migrating content from legacy CMS platforms to AEM. This process demands careful planning, a thorough understanding of both the legacy system and AEM, and meticulous execution. At the start, we undertook a comprehensive audit of the content in the legacy system. This allowed us to identify any outdated or irrelevant content that did not need to be migrated, reducing the amount of time and resources required for the migration. Next, we designed a detailed migration plan. This included the mapping of content types from the legacy system to their equivalents in AEM, deciding on the new content structure and metadata, and planning for any necessary content transformations. To execute the migration, we used a combination of automated scripts and manual migration for complex or unique content types. We also extensively tested the migrated content to ensure its accuracy and integrity. Throughout this process, we communicated regularly with stakeholders to keep them informed and to resolve any issues promptly. This approach ensured a smooth transition with minimal disruption to the business operations. 24. What are some best practices for managing digital assets in AEM? Managing digital assets efficiently in Adobe Experience Manager, AEM, can greatly enhance your productivity and reduce unnecessary overhead. One key practice is to establish a clear naming convention for your assets. This will make it easier to search and locate specific assets when needed. Another practice is to leverage AEM's metadata capabilities to categorize and tag your assets. This can be done manually or with the help of artificial intelligence services provided by AEM. Regularly archiving obsolete or unused assets is also important to keep your digital repository clutter-free. Additionally, ensuring that your assets are in widely supported formats can prevent compatibility issues. Lastly, implementing a permissions and role system will secure your assets and control access. 25. How do you approach building responsive layouts in AEM? Building responsive layouts in AEM involves several steps. First, it's vital to understand the requirements and expectations of the user interface. This understanding aids in creating a layout that is adaptable across different devices. Secondly, leveraging Adobe's layout mode is essential. It allows for the creation of responsive grid systems that are adjustable to various screen sizes. This tool provides a visual way to design layouts and adjust the properties of components depending on the viewport size. Thirdly, the use of client libraries in AEM is crucial. They aid in the optimal delivery of CSS and JS files, which are essential for responsive design. It's also important to use AEM's built-in components, such as image and text components, as they are already designed to be responsive. Lastly, regular testing on different devices and screen sizes ensures that the layout remains responsive. This testing should involve both manual and automated tests to ensure that the layout works as expected on all devices. In essence, building responsive layouts in AEM involves a combination of understanding user requirements, utilizing AEM's capabilities, and continuous testing. In light of the information presented in this video, it is clear that acing an AEM interview not only requires a strong understanding of the platform's features and capabilities but also the ability to articulate these concepts effectively. These top 25 AEM interview questions and answers are intended to prepare you for such discussions, enhancing your chances of securing an AEM role. We hope this resource has been nothing short of beneficial to your preparation. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more such informative content. Remember, practice makes perfect. Good luck.